I've been pitching my startups for the last 3 years. I've been working with many coaches and mentors. They've taught me a lot of things. And if you are here, you know how important it is to clearly convey your ideas and convincing people to invest in your company or to buy your products. So today I'm gonna share with you the learnings that I had, and I'm trying to pack them as practically as possible, so it's gonna be for you like a crash course so that you can start using it right away. If you don't know me, I'm Sergey Vorobey. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Worky AI, which is an AI for exposing fake news. On this channel, I share my journey and how I'm building my startup, and as well as the things that I learned along the way, so that you have easier time building your own startups. There are basically a lot of templates and ways on how you should pitch, and everyone is different in terms of style, and there are a lot of different tips on how you can hurt. It depends on who you ask, but the essence of it is that the pitch has to be short, clear, and interesting, but most importantly, memorable. And the way to do it is by telling a story. The single most important skill that you can learn is the storytelling, on how to tell your story and pitch, and actually put the pitch into the story to make it memorable. And there are a lot of these bullshit templates where you have to just fill in the blanks, but actually I have one template that I recently shared in this channel. Is called Pixar Pitch. It's basically a small template on how to tell a short story, perfect for an elevator pitch. It's just 6 sentences. First you say once upon a time, and then you state the problem. Every day, how people struggling with this problem. One day, you come up with a solution, and because of that people have these benefits, and because of that something good happens, until finally your grand vision. So that's called the Pixar pitch. You can fill in the blanks with your product, with your vision and your solution, and actually will sound pretty cool, and it's pretty engaging. Now we're going to be talking in terms of how to pitch to investors, and the point of the pitch is that you have to get them interested, to get the second meeting with them. So you have to get them interested without necessarily giving all the details. So leave some of the stuff out for the next meeting, just the most important things to keep them interested. And some most important things you have to touch on to get them interested, the things that the investors, VCs, angels, they want to hear about is, why are you doing this? Why now? Why now is the best time to do this? Why you are the best team to solve this? How qualified are you? What's the problem? What's the solution? Then go more into detail about your team specifically, who's your team, and then finally what kind of validation you've done with the customers, or what kind of traction you have. If you're on a pre-seed and seed stage, you're probably pre-revenue, you don't have any specific customers who actually pay you, but at least you can do some validation with the customers, what kind of feedback you received, or what kind of relationships you already built with your customers. Now those are the most important things to cover, but also what you need to have is the big vision. Very big, the biggest vision ever. You have to show you are super ambitious, crazy ambitious. Don't restrain yourself at all. If you think it's too ambitious, it sounds silly, it's sounds stupid. No, you gotta sound the crazier the better. You will solve the climate change, you will cure cancer, you will, I don't know, you will save the world from the asteroids. The crazier the better, but it has to be, of course, truthfully. You have to believe that you can do that. You have to show that the impact you're gonna have in 5-10 years is truly world changing, and that you're actually gonna solve it. That's what you're striving for. That's also very important, that you show competitive advantage. Whatever you build, chances are it's probably has been built before. Well, if not, still don't say that you don't have competitors. You either have direct competitors or indirect competitors. Direct competitors are the companies who literally do the same thing that you do, and indirect competitors, you also need to cover that. If you build some kind of fintech software for taking into account bills and how to pay them, well, your indirect competition would be what? Pen and paper, calculator. So you have to show that you are better than your competitors, not just better, not just a little bit better, 10x better. You are so much better, it's blue ocean better. You don't know blue and red ocean concept. It's red ocean is when you have a lot of competitors and you are competing with them, and your goal is to be in the blue ocean. You are so good, your product is so amazing that your competition is just irrelevant, because you are creating actually a new market. That's kind of thing that investors are looking for. In terms of the market, you also have to show that it's a big market, at least $1 billion, and you have to show calculations. And don't ever say that you're just gonna get 1% of total addressable market. If you're getting 1% of total addressable market, totally realistic, it's totally possible. First of all, investors don't believe that shit, because Even getting 1% of total addressable market is very hard, and they're just gonna look skeptical on you, and you're just gonna lose them right away. Just show your target audience like how realistically you're gonna obtain them. Like, that's very important. A little hack that's gonna help you a lot, especially if you're like pitching with the pitch deck. Put some big logos in there, but the ones that you actually interact with, like the ones that are you actually affiliating with, not just like put Google in there like out of blue. If your team member has worked in Google or in Microsoft, put the logo in there and show like, hey, they have a decade experience from Google or Microsoft. That's gonna be great. That's gonna help. Always also show the demo of the product, because it's way easier to understand how your product is working or what you actually do is by looking at even at the picture or a video. Picture is worth 1,000 words, no matter how good you are. Also show that you are fast, because startups that move fast actually win. Show how you are adaptable and really fast. Like, maybe you've developed the product fast, maybe you've iterated quickly, maybe you've pivoted very fast. Show all that, because it also helps investors to understand that you are fast and you are adaptable and you actually have a higher chance of surviving in the market when conditions are tough. You have to show the passion, most importantly, because if you're not passionate about it, it's just, the investors are not going to be even interested in hearing you. Because when your eyes sparkle, it's just you know that the entrepreneur is very interested in the product, very interested in what they're saying. So you cannot fake that. Keep the pitch no more than 5 minutes. Okay, no more than 5 minutes, like, at all, because after that everyone spaces out. Like, you probably cannot listen to anyone yapping for more than 5 minutes anyways. So between 3 to 5 minutes is like ideal. Ideally 3, but well, 5. So basically your goal is to pitch the product, to be relatable, to be funny, to make it somehow memorable, and to make it this really good story. Because when you have like a template, problem, solution, market, competition, well, everybody does it. Every single entrepreneur they meet does the same thing. So imagine they are back to back, one meeting, 5 minutes, another meeting, 30 minutes, another meeting, 30 minutes, another meeting, 30 minutes, and all of these are the same templates. Problem, solution, market, competition. Like, it gets boring. You can definitely stand out and become memorable by actually telling this as a concise story. Also, like, you covering all the essential things, but make it a story. And when you're pitching on stage actually and in front of investors, it's very easy to get in your head and like start thinking, okay, how do I put my hands? How does my hair look? How do I actually look? How do I sound? Do I sound, is this boring? Do I sound boring? And when you kind of get into that, you are forgetting that your goal is actually to pitch the product and to get people interested, and then you're kind of losing altogether and your pitch basically sucks. My friend gave me a very good advice on that. So basically, when you're on stage, don't focus on how people look at you or how they perceive you, what they think of you. Instead, think about how they view what you say about your ideas, how they view your product, how they view your company and your vision. That way, if you focus on that, first of all, you're gonna really touch them and you're gonna have a much better, more authentic pitch. And about the pitch deck, I'm gonna make a separate video for a pitch deck that brought me funding and it's actually worked for me. Again, with the pitch decks, it depends on who you ask. The formats are always different from one investor to another, what they prefer, what one mentor says. It depends on you. The pitch depends on you. Your story is different. It's always case by case. But basically, what I just said, all the tips, it's basically you should incorporate it, and they are universal, what you can see between pitches.